complete forecast. Here's KATC meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, it was stormy this evening. It's going to be stormy again later on tonight through tomorrow morning. So we're kind of at storm halftime right now. In the second half, it should be a little bit more exciting with the threat of damaging winds. So we'll be on the lookout for that and maybe some hail as well. We had this big mesoconvective complex flare up across southeast Texas today. Not expected. And if it was going to flare up, we thought it was going to move to the northeast. Well, it moved right across the I-10 parishes and gave us a big soaking, and that's why we had this stormy evening. And then farther north and west, here's round two. That's a squall line that's developing in Oklahoma, Arkansas, and is making a beeline for Acadiana by daybreak tomorrow morning. So we had all the heavy rains pushing through the area, and then back to the north and west, you can see all the, let's just put the watches and warnings on here. And again, I thought we hit it. There we go. And you can see these are severe thunderstorm watches off to the north, and even farther to the north, we have severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings as well. Don't think we're going to see any tornado threats, but certainly the threat of damaging winds with that next round of storms. Here's a 6-hour loop showing the rain and storms pushing through the area. You can almost see a weak area of low pressure. These thunderstorms take on a circulation of their own. And in the summertime, when they get into the Gulf of Mexico, you have to keep an eye on them because sometimes they can transition to a tropical depression. That's not going to happen here. So a bit of a break right now, but this is the rainfall from earlier today back across Texas. 5 to 7 inches of rain. Lafayette picking up 1.64 inches of rain, and many spots up to 2 to 4. In fact, a few a little bit higher than that up towards Basile and a few other spots from reports I got today. So we needed the rain. We got a good soaking, and we got a couple of more inches on the way, more than likely. So a bit of a break over the next several hours. Then we'll be watching this squall line as it builds to the south. Anytime after 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, storms begin to form up and get a little bit on the rough side. A lot of cloud to ground lightning, the possibility of hail, damaging winds. Can't rule out an isolated tornado, but the previous thunderstorms that we had this evening have taken a little bit of the dynamics out of the atmosphere, but nonetheless, some locally heavy downpours, the possibility of those strong winds, and then hail as well. This will be moving down to the coast after daybreak tomorrow, and things will wind down by mid-morning tomorrow. Lunchtime, we're dry, and by afternoon, the sun is trying to come back out. Now, severe weather risk, all of Acadiana hatched in for a slight risk of severe storms. And as we've been harping on, the possibility of damaging winds and hail, that slight risk pushes through eastern St. Mary Parish first thing in the morning, and then after that it'll be quiet. Check out the rainfall, though. This is pretty outstanding. After 2 to 4 inches of rain, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, another 1 to 2 inches of rain, possibly more for tomorrow morning. But this action will be moving quickly, maybe a quick localized street flooding issue, and that's going to be about it. As for winds, this is kind of interesting. Notice some of the wind gusts as the storms come in tomorrow morning, pushing 40, perhaps 50, and we see some 50s back toward Hackberry, also Iowa. So there are going to be some pretty strong winds, as the model is telling us. Wind gusts 40, 50, maybe 60 or higher if we have a severe storm or two, and then things will settle down. Dry air pushing in, nice breeze from the northwest, and that sets up the good part of our forecast. A lower 80s the high tomorrow, but look at this, back down into the mid 50s for tomorrow night. So gusty winds with the storms that arrive by daybreak. Round two getting here after 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, ending by 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That rain chance early in the day at 100%. And then as we go down the line, this is an interesting 10-day forecast. It features 50s for lows later this week and maybe 90s for highs early next week. That's it for weather for right now. We'll be right back right after this.